Morning.
Morning.
I guess it's afternoon.
Yes.
Oh,
You might notice a difference in lighting. Go ahead.
yeah. It's hard. We want you to pay attention to us, and I'm sorry about the distraction with the shadows because we live on the road.
And the sun is shining in the window.
Yeah. So we're going to try this to calm the comments of the shadows.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about today.
Finding a mate.
Hmm.
Finding a suitable mate, maybe, would.
Yeah.
So, I forget.
You wrote a couple of things down.
Oh,
Easy. Well, easy. It's not easy. Believe me, it's not easy.
yes, but I don't want to do all the talking, though. You take one. You take the first one.
Okay. Uneven yolks. Now, we found that for us has made a big difference in our lives. You were a little more advanced than I am when we met. But we both loved the Lord. We were both believers. We were both saved. We were, so we had a good start. And that's very important, I think, when you're looking for a partner for life, for marriage. You're not going to change people. If they're already saved and that's who they are, you take it from there.
If you're already saved. There's different stages of your walk. We'll say your walk. So even if you're both saved, one of you might be more advanced than the other. I only had book knowledge more than you. I'd
Book
gone
knowledge is important. Scriptures.
and I'd gone to church for 20 years or so. But anyway, you're making up for it. You're making up for it. But anyway, you want somebody, at least that's born again. If you're born again, you're not going to change them. What the person is like that you meet is going to stay that person. And well, short of salvation, they might change because they get saved, but you cannot count on anything. And don't go by looks. Don't go by looks, because you could be married to the most beautiful woman or the most handsome man, but if they're not born again, if they don't have the same striving as you do to get closer to God, to get more advanced all the time, then there's not plenty of fish in the sea, but there's enough. God will put someone in front of you. Pray about it. Pray. Ask God to put somebody in front of you. As a matter of fact, that's what I did.
You prayed for someone?
I said, throw someone in front of me, because otherwise I won't see them.
Are you good?
I just thought of that.
I have two things. One is, even when we met, I was a brethren. And you were you Pentecostal or were you Anglican? What were you?
I guess I was Pentecostal.
Okay.
I was saved,
So we were.
but I was saved at home. So
even though we went to different churches, we still were believers.
yes.
And are you going to tell them how we met?
Oh, that there was no. You only had French people around you.
You didn't even tell them.
Oh, okay. We met on a Christian
A dating site.
dating site.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah. I wouldn't. I'm scared for any of you that would do that today. I believe it was different back then.
It was 25 years ago.
Yeah. And I don't think there were such deceiving people as there is today that would take advantage of a soft-hearted person.
Yes.
And that's what you got to be watchful for. You got to use your discernment, because there's so many wolves out there,
Yes.
or cougars.
Yes. Thanks for leaning in that direction. I'm a few years older than him. But there's people called narcissists, and they will tell you exactly what you want to hear to get in your good graces, and then the realness of them comes out after you're married, when it's too late. But it's not too late. It's not too late. Get it annulled. Get it annulled if you find out about it right away. But don't live in a marriage.
Yeah,
That's bad.
I don't know how to warn you about the new dating sites. We haven't been on them since for 25 years, so I don't know how they are. But I just know that you need to know the person personally before you get into a relationship with them.
I wasn't on a dating site. I got an email from you.
Well, that's how I found you.
Well, you might have found me there. How would that be?
Because that's how I emailed you. You must have been on the site.
Was I?
Yeah.
I had a
Because I
profile
remember
or something?
I remember what you
Oh,
said.
yes. Oh, yes. I remember that.
That's why I...
Okay, so I was.
Yes.
I was.
Because I was looking for an equal yoke, even yoke. Yeah.
And I put a picture of me and my 2 kids.
Yeah.
And said, what you see is what you get.
And I had 3 children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Brady Bunch here.
But I don't know about today. Like, I was scared. The world has changed so much. So we can't say much about those things now. Use your discernment.
Just be careful. Tell them what's better than that.
No, you do.
Oh.
You wrote a couple things just so we wouldn't forget.
Meet them at church. Or, if you want a variety more, revivals. Or, anywhere. Weddings, funerals, whenever. But,
Yeah, church outings. They have outings and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Friends of,
A wedding of a Christian. That's an idea.
yeah.
They'd have friends that were like-minded at their weddings, you would think.
Friends that are Christians might have a cousin, a brother,
Yeah.
a sister.
Yeah. Again, discernment.
Yeah.
You don't want somebody that's controlling.
Well, they will know. It's their brother, it's their sister, it's their cousin. They have a very good idea.
Hopefully, but sometimes their life at home is not what people see. We've seen that.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Just be careful. We'll be very careful. And what else do we have here?
Like take your time. Take your time. See how the other person reacts to certain things that happen when you're out dating. Like how do they treat waiters and you? Do they they won't open the door for you. You're a gem. But anyway.
That's wonderful what you're saying.
But friends of Christians, I would.
You can feel it when a man's gentle, when he's kind, or if a woman's the same, she's not conniving, or I can't think of words. We're not into that.
Overbearing, like don't pick a woman that is going to.
Because we're very lucky because we share everything, our money, everything we do, our bills. We know each other. Everything is open.
Yes.
There's nothing hidden.
Yes.
And I think trust and honesty is very important.
Yes.
If you got to hide something from your partner,
yes.
I mean,
if you see that the fellow, I was just thinking of someone that we know. If you see that they're not doing right by somebody else, then that might be a sign.
Yeah.
Well, the narcissist, they tell you what you want to hear.
Yes.
And somebody who's controlling.
Tells you how to dress or how you should act or, that kind of thing. Very demanding. And a big thing is to pray about it.
Yes. Pray that God throws someone in front of you like I prayed. And look what he threw in front of me.
You poor dear. Guess I've given you everything you want. That's funny.
I don't care.
We're not into
I
material.
care about you.
We're not into material things.
No, I care about you. I don't
and
care
I care about you.
Crap.
And that's the thing. I mean, we've been through a lot. And I laid in bed for 3 months. I couldn't, and she took care of me. She was there. She never left. I was in the hospital. She stayed in the room in a cot the whole time I was there.
Oh, I'm a gem.
You sure are.
But you're a gem too, so.
So there we are, equal yoked.
Equal yoked.
Yes, yes. And I know people, I don't know where I heard this. They actually made a list. They wanted kind. They wanted whatever. They made a list of the perfect man. And they prayed about it. And if they've had 6 or 7 things on their list, when they met somebody and it was just too far off their list, maybe it's not right.
And make sure that you do the loving, the kind, the gentle, the compassionate, the loving, mostly the loving. And instead of rich, handsome, not that you're not handsome, but
That's funny.
but anyway, don't put the physical part
Yes,
ahead of
Yeah.
the spiritual part. God will
because all you see is beauty
discern.
when you have love. And that's, you made a wonderful point a few minutes ago about how that person treats others.
Mm.
On a waiter at a restaurant, or do they snap quickly at people? They have no patience.
How do they treat their animals, if they have any?
Mm-hmm.
How do they treat your animals if you have any?
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Make sure you watch all the signs and date them or have a relationship for as long as you need to
Yeah.
know that they treat, they are this person and they're not just putting on airs.
Yeah, Christian bookstores might be an idea too. To find people, to meet people.
Yeah, look around there.
Lurk.
Sorry, Lord.
That's funny. We can give you tips, but finding the right person.
I just got Chick-fil-A. I'm sorry, that just popped into my head.
That's funny, yeah.
Probably because I like food, but
No. So if they show up on a Sunday, they're not Christian. That's funny.
or they just come out of church if they're dressed in nice clothes.
Chick-fil-A's not open on Sunday.
Oh, it's not open on Sunday.
No, that's Christian.
Oh, it was down the state, so I don't remember. Yeah, that's right. We did sit outside of it thinking that it was going to be open.
No, we use their internet.
Okay.
It was a Sunday. We
Oh,
needed
yes, we
internet.
used
We
their
were
internet.
traveling, so we could park close because there was no cars. Yeah, we used to travel and we'd look for hot spots for internet. And I wish I could come up with ideas for them to meet people. That
I
would be
think
safe.
friends of Christian friends,
Mhm.
because they would know the relative.
Yeah,
And if they have a relative that's shy, shyness is still fine. Shyness is still fine.
yeah, because he humbles us.
Well, they're not likely to be
Bad.
abusive or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's nice to have a strong man too.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe that actually I was a road construction worker for 45 years. And this disease my body had to deal with, it's taken all
His muscle away.
And actually I was just talking to the doctor and he said, that's what's happened. He said, your muscle has gone to fat.
Yeah.
So I have to work on it. And because I broke so many bones, my vertebrae and exercise was difficult because I said I was terrible because they put me in a terrible spot. But that's not
Yes,
what we're
I know.
We might have to cut it out again.
You're wandering.
I get
No, that's fine. That's fine.
You gotta do this.
No, I'm not going to beat you up. We're telling them not to get around that. Relatives are saved. Like-minded. Public. I don't know what public
Yes, and
means.
another thing, as you
That's
have
all
said, sometimes just a question, see how they answer you. How's your relationship with Jesus? Or do they know any Bible verses off by heart?
Yeah, mention a Bible verse and see if they know it.
Yeah,
If they say, oh, I'm a Christian.
Yeah, but I don't read, but it would make you a little, because even I didn't read, but there's certain verses that you know. John 3:16.
Yeah.
There's certain verses
Well,
that...
yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
So am I. Well, I can't think of any more. But just pretend that there's a bunch of wolves in sheep's clothing and
Yeah,
be careful.
and pray.
Yes, pray
Pray.
for a mate.
Pray for a mate.
Get your friends to pray for a mate for you.
Yeah. Say, Holy Spirit,
Get your
guide
church.
me. Guide the person. Throw them in front of me.
Throw them in front of me. That's what
Yes,
I
Lord.
said. And,
Yeah,
and
I like
I was
that.
the plainest Jane there. And,
I didn't think so.
And I said, throw someone in front of me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't long.
No, we connected back and forth, and we
Yes.
connected, and
Yes.
we were on the same track. We were mature. No, we didn't want to play games, this dating game thing where
Yeah,
you
we didn't have to do
got to
that.
impress each other and all that. Laid our cards on the table.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the best way. Lay the
Yeah.
cards on the table.
Yeah.
This
Just-
is where I stand. Oh,
Sorry.
go ahead.
This is where you stand.
Yeah, I mean, this is where I stand financially, family-wise. This is where I stand with God. And explain who you are. I was a man. I worked a lot. I was 7 days a week. I worked crazy hours, so I didn't hide that from you. You knew that's who I was,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you waited for me every night.
Mm-hmm. That's what wives do. The men.
Yeah, but you didn't call me up. How come you're not home? How come you're not home? Because some nights I wouldn't get home till 2 in the morning. Next day I'd be home at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You had no idea with my schedule. With road construction, due to weather and jobs had to get done or machine breaking,
Mm-hmm.
and you were very patient with me,
Mm-hmm.
and that was wonderful. But I didn't goof off. It was time to go home. I went home.
Yes, that's the other thing. Now, you don't want to yoke up with somebody that you think you're going to change. If they drink, you're not going to change them. If they smoke, you're not going to change them. If they do anything at all that bothers your spirit, you are not going to change them.
Yeah, that's going to irk you the whole life.
Yes,
The more and more and more and more it piles,
yes,
fills that wheelbarrow up.
yeah. So don't if they have anything that irks you, then God will find you somebody better. God will find you somebody better.
Or if you have one that has a few issues, make it clear and say, come on, let's see if we can work on these things.
Yeah.
Because if you're already married, you got to deal with them.
Yes, if you're already married, then
Yeah.
pray for the person to get saved. Pray for the person to get an even yoke, because when you're a Christian, there's different levels. And first you're just not a Christian, then you're born again, then there's the baptism, and then there's the baptism of fire, and there's
Oh,
there's
this just, you can't
gifts
get enough.
And you want someone who will go with you if you want to go further. Some people just sit at church for an hour on Sunday and think that's fine when they're saved. But anyway, you should strive for more. Find someone that if you happen to find different things out that you can strive for, that they will strive for it too.
Yeah.
Just get closer to God. Find someone who
Yeah.
wants to get closer to God too.
Yeah. Because if you're a little bit more advanced than the other one, excuse me.
Then, well, I don't know where you were going. So we'll wait.
I'm sorry. I got a little tickle there. Oh, no.
I know we're at that age, eh? And I'm sorry if you guys can't handle that. Wait 30 years.
Yeah, because if one of them is a little more advanced, then they're on fire. And the other one will feel that. They'll feel your atmosphere. Boy, you're on fire. Boy, you're excited. And they will hopefully get drawn into that.
Instead of, what's it called? Being
Lukewarm?
jealous.
Oh, jealous. Yeah. Yeah, jealous of the other person. That's tough between partners, too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But anyway,
I don't know if we helped them. I think so.
well, don't give up. Pray, pray, pray.
Yes, yes. And ask friends to pray, ask us to pray, ask people to pray. Because you never know what's going to happen. And it might surprise you when it happens.
And if you're almost a catch, become a catch. Learn to cook. Learn to open doors for women. Get used to it. Get used to waiting on us.
Yes.
And we'll get used to cooking.
Yeah. Or helping me take a crankshaft out of an engine.
Yeah, right. Sandy,
Which you did.
Sandy's rest and watch. I don't think anyone believed that, even if I was doing it.
Yeah, we took a picture, but they didn't actually realize that you actually did it, because I couldn't do it because of my problem that I had with my broken back. So you actually had to take the bar and crank the bolts off the off the crankshaft.
Well, we needed to finish the truck for the Lord.
Yeah.
It still isn't finished.
So
but
people are flexible, and they're learned to be a helpmate.
yes,
Not just a friend, not just a lover, not just a husband and wife, to be a helpmate. And that's what we do.
friend too. Friend
Yeah.
mostly. Because
Yeah.
when you get old, that's all you've got left. You've got friendship.
Yeah,
Friendship and
because
love.
we're best friends.
Yeah.
On top of everything else.
Amen.
I think we've
I think we covered
bored
it.
them enough,
Probably.
and I hope other people that are watching give comments. And
Yes, give
where
comments.
where would you find a husband or a wife in these days and these times? Because this world is. We need to get more Christians in this world. We need to push him down.
Yes.